he saw very early on that Farm Bureau could definitely be a benefit to farmers and rural communities.
Farm Bureau was one of his biggest passions.
Farm Bureau was everything to him.
If we were in a board meeting and we were stuck on a topic or stuck on a subject, or what would we do, he was going to be the first one to have the suggestion as to what we would do. What was in the best interest of Farm Bureau. And since his passing, there's not a board meeting, probably hasn't been a board meeting that his name doesn't pop up.
Dairy farmer Bill Covington helped get his county's chapter started in 1963.
He was one of the original incorporators. He was a charter member of the Alamance County Farm Bureau Board of Directors and served until his death.
Over time, Covington served as a mentor for other farmers who wanted to learn about the organization.
As a person with very little knowledge of what Farm Bureau was or was about, and I came there and you know, he embraced me. I sort of sat near him and listened and learned.
When I was approached to join the Alamance County Farm Bureau Board, one of the first people I went to was Mr. Bill and asked him, you know, would it be a good fit for me? And his response to that was, well, come on, if we don't like you, we'll kick you off. And that's worked out for about 10 or 12 years now.
Covington had a passion for agriculture, and he wanted to make sure the industry remained strong for the future.
He wanted to make sure that there was a place for these young future generations to learn about different types of agriculture. He believed in the community, he believed in farming, and he would want to see it go on. He would want to see agriculture go on.
You know, Marion is part of that group of farmers who really brought Farm Bureau along and made Farm Bureau the voice of agriculture because he was a strong leader in the county and really in the state.
Marvin Howard joined the Farm Bureau family early on. He served on the Onslow County Board of Directors for more than 40 years.
Over that time period, he watched that vision that I think he had early on come to fruition time and time again as Farm Bureau helped to protect farmers and which allowed them to prosper. It was people from all over that had the same problems with the same issues, all working towards the same goals. And he enjoyed meeting people, talking with them, sharing ideas.
Howard wanted his friends in agriculture to succeed.
He called me and he goes, Audrey, he goes, I have the perfect job for you. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, Farm Bureau's looking a field rep. And I'm like, oh, really? So what does all that entail? And so he started telling me about it and everything. He goes, you ought to apply. This is your job. This job is made for you. And so I did, and I got the job. So, I mean, he's part of the reason I'm here today.
And he's the reason farming will stay in the Howard family.
I've always had a passion for farming myself, and thanks to him, he helped me acquire 2 of my own farms. And we worked together and ran the farms until 2015. I think if you just look around, his legacy is everywhere. His love of farming that he passed down to me, I can pass through my family. That's the legacy.
Very dedicated farmer. He had a lot of priorities, and his number one priority was family farm and family.
Yadkin County farmer Brent Hunter always hoped he would keep his family farm in the family.
That was extremely important to Brent. And he was a big believer in trying to leave things better for future farmers than what they are now, and to make things better for current farmers.
That's why Hunter played an active role in his agriculture community.
You know, I mean, he just served on Ag Advisory, Cooperative Extension Board in the county, and also at the state level. I mean, the Voluntary Ag District was instrumental in getting that started in Yadkin County.
He was a county commissioner for a few years.
He did believe heavily in Farm Bureau. He believed in every aspect of it. The scholarship programs, the policy advisory programs, and the work that we did in the county. He was a constant board member. Every time we opened the door, he was there. Despite health issues and everything that he was dealing with, despite what might be going on the farm, he was there whenever the Farm Bureau doors opened, and he would go wherever he was sent. Whether we sent him to Raleigh or Greensboro or Washington D.C. or whatever, he was always willing to go and discuss Farm Bureau policy, discuss what's going on his farm. He believed in the organization, believed in the people that's within it. Served a lot of time together, traveled a lot of miles together, had a good time together. And he was, as I've been president and he was vice president, I mean, really we just had he was a constant confidant and where I went to seek advice, and just a real good friend, personally and professionally.
He was just a quick friend. He really greatly impacted my career as a livestock agent. Of course, through Farm Bureau, I saw his involvement with Farm Bureau, and that just was a nice segue into being involved through Farm Bureau.
Larkus Lowry, a farmer in Robeson County, loved Farm Bureau. He served on his county board for more than 40 years and nearly 30 years on the state board.
Everybody, when they saw him, they knew him as Mr. Farm Bureau.
It was everything. Just getting to meet people. He loved to go and socialize with the people.
Lowry never missed an opportunity to support, teach, and share.
As we progress as a country and state and county, people's forgetting where their food is. And it's important for Farm Bureau to make people aware of the importance of farmers in our state, county, and country. And Mr. Larkus was real good at that.
He taught us that leadership was taking the time for what's important. So yes, his farm was the utmost importance, but he also knew that he had to advocate for his farm, his community, his county.
It's his lessons that will help keep his legacy alive.
The Bible refers to a gentleman in the Bible as he was head and shoulders above the rest. And certainly Mr. Larkus, and more than just his physical height, he was head and shoulders above the rest. When I saw him doing things on the farm and the things that he accomplished, he is head and shoulders above the rest.